Hello everyone and welcome to lecture 6. In this lecture, we're going to talk about advanced classes and methods. So before we start, here are some of the key topics that we're going to cover in this lecture. We're going to talk about control access to members and overloading methods and constructors, static access modifier and use of var args, and then passing objects to a method and also returning objects from a method. And finally, we're going to talk about recursion. So let's get started. So in its support for encapsulation, the class provides two major benefits. One, it links data with the code that manipulates it, and it provides the means by which access to members can be controlled. So in Java, there are two basic types of class members. So there are public members and there are also private class members. And restricting access to a class's members is a fundamental part of object-oriented programming. So it helps prevent misuse of an object. And by allowing access to private data only through a well-defined class set of methods, you can prevent improper values from being assigned to that data. So by performing a range check, for example. Okay, so members access control is achieved through use of what we call access modifiers. So as we saw a little earlier, public, private, and then protected, which we're not going to talk about protected today. So public members can be accessed by any other code in your program. Private members can be accessed only by other members of its class. So here's an example. So we have a class called age, and then we have private integer age. And then we have a method called setAge, which sets the age to local integer age that comes from the setAge method. So notice that age is private. However, we have no trouble accessing from within the age class. However, in a demo class, say we have an A is a new age, and then calling age a.age and then setting a value will be illegal, and then you're going to see a compiler error. However, setting age through the well-defined setAge method will be perfectly illegal. So, and as you can see here, by making the instance variable private, we can control access. So let's see this let's see some examples. Look at the age class together. As you can remember, we have an age class where we have an instance variable age, and then we also have a constructor age that takes a, and then sets the instance variable age. Okay, and then in an age demo, I have two instances, my age and my cat's age. I'm also accessing my age.age and my cat's age.age. So I'm having direct access to my instance variables. So let's see how this object works. First, Java C dot age demo dot Java. You probably are very familiar with this, except that we need to make sure that we check the spelling. Okay. All right, so Java age demo. Here we go. So I am 37 years old and I'll be 50 in 13 years. Also, my cat is 15 years. As you can see, I had no trouble accessing my age.age. I can also, before I do that, I can easily change. I can say let's say I haven't gone 1 year old. My age.age is 38 now. So, and then, so we're going to do another test. We'll see that now I'm 38 now, and I'll be 50 in 12 years, and my cat is 15 years old. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prevent access to age by making it private. If you notice that before we didn't have private or public, if you don't have it explicitly written, it's usually public. So it's public for not writing at all. Okay. So now if I run this, now here's the trouble. If I run it with private, I'm gonna get some compiler errors. So there's a bunch of them. This is my age. Age has private access in age. So which means that I can't access. So there's only one way to access now is that we have an integer get age. We can create a proper method get age, which will return age. So remember from last class, we can also say this dot age. And if I want to change age, I can also do that. I can say void set age. So this is called a getter method. This is called a setter method by name suggests. So I can say integer age and this dot age is age. Here you go. Now I have two proper methods. If I ever wanna set this, I need to say my age dot set age. So this is a proper way of accessing and modifying. Also in this line, if I wanna get this, and then you probably guess I have to say get age. And just gonna copy this very quickly and then paste here, paste here. So with this, our program should be up and running once again. Here we go. So we had no trouble. The methods set age and get age had no trouble accessing private integer age because they're a member of the same class. Okay, as we said earlier, so making it private prevents unauthorized access, but it also provides one more thing. It provides control or some sort of check on what type of data can come in. So if I want to set age, so I can have few checks in place. I can say, I do want to set the age, but what if the user enters a negative age, right? So I can say if, or user may enter an age that is just well beyond human lifespan, right? So you can say if age is less than 0, which can't be, or age is, let's say, greater than what? What do you think a person can live up to? Let's say 130. If it is less than 0 or greater than 130, we can provide some sort of error, okay? We can say PL invalid age, okay? So you can be more specific. You can say, it's either two. You can say if it's less than 0, enter negative age, or age is greater than 130, you can say age value too big, something like that, okay? And then we can say return. All right, so return basically means break, okay? But there's other ways to do this. We can actually say that I want to change this a little bit. I'm going to say I want to put a correct range, and then otherwise don't do anything. I'm going to say age must be greater than 0 and age must be less than 130. And then I'm going to take this one, so I'll save you trouble from figuring out what this return means for now. So if the age is valid, and just set otherwise else, say invalid age. Again, you can be more specific, but I think you get the point here. All right, so and my age 37 is good, 15 is good. If I say my age is negative 40, what do you think will happen? So I'll get an once, I will not set age. So that negative 40 will not register here, right? Second, I will get an invalid age message Okay, let's go ahead and try this. So first, I am, okay, something is wrong, which means I have not saved this. So I'm going to, here we go. So, okay, so what's wrong here? Okay, I think we need to make this, can you figure out what the problem might be? I think I know what the problem is. This should be end. Okay, so that I don't have to be negative 4 years old. One more. Here you go. So invalid age, and then I'm still 37, so this didn't register. And I will be 50 in 13 years, and my cat is still 15. As you can see, making an instance variable private, you can control access. You can also verify the access. Okay. So next, let's apply this to our bank account. So before I do, I would like you to pause the video here and then see how can you make some of the instance variables private, and then how can you control access to that. So let's look at the account class. As you can see, double is not private, which means it's public. Also means that I can directly access my account balance. I can both I can get it or I can set it. So one of the issues here is again that again on my deposit withdraw, nothing says that I can't deposit any money amount that I don't have. Nothing can say that I can't deposit negative amount. Same here for withdraw. So one thing we want to make sure is we want to make sure that this is private now. Okay, private means no access. So you can, and the only way that we can provide access that is we can say set balance or get balance. So, and you can go ahead and work on that, but I also want to do this. If user wants to make a deposit, I want to make sure that the amount is in between a valid range, which means that, for example, the amount can't be negative, right? If amount is less than 0, what should we say? We can say PL something like transaction incomplete. The reason is incomplete, something like invalid amount. Okay, I think that's enough. So, and else, again, else. Okay, so just go ahead and make the deposit. So same with withdraw. Withdraw have a few things. One, with the amount can't be greater than balance, right? We can't withdraw amount that we don't have. Second thing is withdraw also can't be negative. So I'm going to basically take the entire code from here and then say amount less than 0. Okay, invalid amount. Else, maybe I should do this, or I can say else if, because one more condition is that if amount is greater than balance. So in that case, so we have another error, which we can say transaction incomplete, we can say insufficient amount. Insufficient balance. Here we go. I think rest is good. So, all right, so else, else, go ahead and do the transfer and then exit with the amount. Okay, so that's how we can control access. You can also do a check to make sure that we don't change the values randomly. So now what happens to my accounts here? My account, okay, this is good. My account.name still, I didn't edit anything, so it can still be changed. However, my account.balance not going to work, right? So for this, I need to have a new method, says double, called get balance, which will return balance. Return this dot balance. Okay. All right. So instead of balance, we're going to say get balance. So I'm going to get this one and put it here. And put it here. Get balance. Account name. Okay. So now we're going to do some checks. So if I have $100 here, and I want to deposit 200 is fine, but I want to withdraw 500. What do you think will happen? So according to our plan, we should not be able to withdraw 500 because we don't have enough balance. Okay, so save and Java C account demo Java. Okay, we got a bunch of problems here. What do we say? Can't find symbol. Get balance. My account, I think it was get balance. Yes. Okay, misspelled. Someone should have told me. Okay, so we give one more try. Hopefully, Java account demo. All right, so yeah, I have $100 in my bank account. Then I have 300 now, and then I have a transaction incomplete, insufficient balance, and then I still have 300. Okay, so